This is my first attempt at a video lesson. I try to teach something through video. It's recording. This is good. This setup isn't permanent because I just want to see if it'll work. You know, it doesn't need to be perfect. This is just a test. Alright, so I've been playing guitar for 8 years, and about a month ago I realized that the tuning, the standard tuning that most people use, Eadgcf, is total bullshit because of the third. You know, G and B is a third. It ruins everything. You know, everything's a fourth up until those last two strings, or not the last two, but the G and B. So I was thinking that I would move the B to C and the E to F, so you have Eadgcf. Now these are all fourths, and this is really important because I mean, it's fucking amazing. Everything can be moved, you know, right? Because now there's no discrepancy in going down a string is different, you know. Whereas you used to have this like sort of, you'd have to change, right? You had to go from everything being a fourth to, you know, between the G and B string, it's a major third. And it just opened everything in my playing like phenomenally. Everything is so much more free. I feel like expression is a lot easier because there's not as much thinking that has to go on. For example, 4-note chords, right, where you have a note on every string for 4 consecutive strings, right, like this popular E shape right here, right? You can move that this way horizontally, right? Right, no difference. But now since we have all fourths, we can move that vertically, as in going down. It's the same, right? And we can do it on the D string. And, you know, I can do it anywhere. And, you know, this just means that we can reduce the amount of 4-note chord shapes, for example, that we have to know by a third. You know, you used to have to know that shape in 3 different forms. One with the root on the E string, one with the root on the A string, and one with the root on the D string, because of that nasty third that standard tuning lends itself to. But now we don't have to do that. And this allows us to do some really cool things. The chords are cool, you know, right? So, like if I have this, I don't know, like if I have this major 7 chord, right? I can move that here, 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 here. You know, I can move it anywhere. And it just makes it so much easier. I mean, God. I mean, one of the downsides, the cons to this, is you can't do your normal open chords. You know, you can't fire, you know, bad guitar player chords like, or, I mean, they all sound like rubbish, right? But, I mean, those are just traps. You know, you don't have to play chords like everyone else plays chords, right? I mean, the whole point of guitar is being free, being able to do it exactly what you want to do, right? So screw open note or open chords or fucking, well, not open chords. There's nothing wrong with playing open strings, but there's something wrong when you're just playing the chords that everyone else is playing. Play your own fucking chords, right? So, and in terms of notes, or not single note melodies, right? So if you have a sequence, you know, a sequence is, you take a melody and you move it a place, right, consecutively. You can do this so much easier with the all fourths because every jump in string is a fourth. It's that simple. Like, if I want to move this sequence, I can move it down a string, and down a string again, without thinking about the change that would have to occur with the G to B bullshit third thing. So, you know. Right? So now there's some cool things you can do with the circle of fifths. The circle of fifths and this tuning, because what you have is, as you go, let's see, we are on the 3rd fret of the E string, and we have a G, right? And we go vertically. We go vertically down. We have a C. Now that's a 4th. Now we can do that over and over. So going down is 4ths that way, vertically, and going up, right? So here we have that's a note, but that's a 5th below, right? So if we went C, G, so going this way is 5ths. So, right? That's a way you can move. That's important when you think about the circle of fifths going flats, right? So like C, F, B flat, E flat, right? Now, fifths, you just go like this. You know the power chord? This power chord? That's it. That's a 5th. But now, since we have the all 4ths, anytime you have this shape that looks like this, you have a 5th. So you have a 5th here, and here, and here, and here, and here, and here, right? See the point? Now, you can do this incredible move. It's very Chan-like, where you can have cascading fifths. And man, can I tell you, cascading fifths are sexy. Like, listen to this. Right? I mean, you just move this shape, right? 5th and another 5th, and you do the same thing a 5th above, and do it again, and do it again, right? And you can go down. Right? That's really cool because that's going sharps, right? So if we are in C, let's start in C, and we do that 5th pattern, right? And we do it again. Where are we now? We're in G, right? We're going the sharps, right? We're going through the sharps. G, A, E, right? I mean, this is how we change keys usually, right? Right? We change keys. This is how we change keys. We go from, we'll go like a 5th to, if we're in G, we'll go to D. It's the closest thing, you know? You know, like a 5 of 5 is the, you know, the sharp 4 T, Do, right? If we're in G, the Lydian scale gets us to the next key, which is D, right? So, I mean, there's so much we can do with this fourths pattern, right? We can just jump keys like crazy. Like if I want to know the major scale, right? I have G major. Actually, yeah, okay. Let's start in C. Actually, get to G, you just go up a 5th. D, A. I mean, it's just that simple. You just move that pattern. You don't have to think about different patterns. You just have to think about, oh, where am I moving, right? Or flats. You know, flats are cool, right? So, flats, the Mixolydian gets us to the flats, right? So, if, let's see, right? Well, yeah, I guess that's okay. So you have the Mixolydian scale, right? Well, actually, let's start in G because, you know, if we're in C, you know, the Mixolydian is the 5, right? So this is in C. Now, how do we get to F? If we want to go the flats, we want to go in the direction of the flats. in the circle of fifths. All we have to do is go down, right? And we play the same pattern with our fingers. We have C mixolydian. Now that puts us in F, right? All we have to do to get from C to F was jump down a string. Now we can just do that over and over again. I mean, it's just so easy. You're so free, right? Yeah, it's really a great thing. We need to get rid of this idea that, you know, an A minor looks like this, and a D major looks like this, and if you want to play a G, you got to go like that, right? That's obnoxious. That limits what you hear in your head, right? I mean, it's just ridiculous that all guitarists use the same 5 fucking chords, right? It's ridiculous, right? There's a lot you can do with this. There's a whole lot. Yeah, there's no disadvantages. I guess the only disadvantage is that I didn't start with this earlier because... Oh, here's another thing. The visualization of intervals, right? So, you know how on guitar you have the shape of a fifth, right? You know, a fifth here looks like this. It will always be a string here and a string here and this shape, right? This is a fifth too, and this is a fifth, and this is a fifth, and this is a fifth, right? But before, when we had G to B, a fifth looked like this. A fifth looked like a different shape. And so you're not accurately having a visualization of the fifth when you have to change it for a different string. I believe it hurts your ear, right? So now what we can do is we can take the shape, the fifth shape, and we can move it anywhere. And that means that we don't have to be thinking, you don't have to think when you get to this string. These two strings that are now perfectly a fourth, right? It's perfect. You can just see there's just one pattern to things, right? You should be doing... Yep,